Picture this. The year is 292 BC. On the sun-drenched island of Rhodes, a colossal undertaking is about to begin. An undertaking so ambitious it would become legendary, earning its place as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. This is the story of the Colossus of Rhodes. But why build such a gigantic statue? To understand that, we need to go back a little further to a time of war and siege. Rhodes, a prosperous trading hub in the Aegean Sea, found itself in the crosshairs of Demetrius Poliorcetes, a powerful successor to Alexander the Great. In 305 BC, Demetrius laid siege to the city, bringing with him an army of 40,000 men and an arsenal of terrifying siege engines. One of them was the Helepolis, the taker of cities, a massive iron-plated siege tower rolling on 8 wheels, a true monster of ancient warfare. For a full year, the Rhodians bravely defended their city. They fought with everything they had, repelling wave after wave of attacks. Their resilience was extraordinary. And then a breakthrough. Ptolemy I of Egypt, an ally of Rhodes, sent a fleet of relief ships. Faced with a new threat and a city that refused to fall, Demetrius had no choice but to abandon the siege. He struck a peace deal and sailed away, leaving behind his entire arsenal of war machines. The Rhodians were ecstatic. They hadn't just survived. They had triumphed against overwhelming odds. They believed their victory was a gift from their patron god, Helios, the god of the sun. To honor him and to commemorate their incredible victory, they decided to do something truly spectacular. They gathered up all the abandoned siege equipment, melted down the bronze and iron, and sold the rest. With this newfound wealth, they commissioned a project of epic proportions. A statue of Helios so grand it would be seen for miles. The man entrusted with this monumental task was the sculptor Chares of Lindos, a student of the famous Lysippos. The vision was a bronze statue standing over 100 feet tall, roughly the height of the Statue of Liberty today. Imagine the engineering challenges. This was long before modern cranes and power tools. Construction began around 292 BC. The statue was built in stages from the feet up. They started with a white marble pedestal near the Mandraki harbor entrance. Then they forged an iron framework to serve as the skeleton. Onto this skeleton, they meticulously hammered and fitted huge curved bronze plates, forming the skin of the god. As the statue grew taller, they had to get creative. They built a massive earthen ramp around it, which rose higher and higher with each new section. It was like they were building a mountain just to construct their god. For 12 long years, the people of Rhodes watched as Helios slowly took form, rising above their city. Finally, around 280 BC, it was complete. The Colossus stood, a shimmering bronze giant, greeting every ship that sailed into the harbor. It was a breathtaking sight, a powerful symbol of freedom, unity, and gratitude. But where exactly did it stand? This is one of history's great debates. The popular image, the one we see in countless paintings and movies, shows the Colossus straddling the harbor entrance with ships sailing between its legs. While incredibly dramatic, most historians and engineers today agree this was impossible. The span would have been too wide for the bronze to support its own weight, and it would have completely blocked the harbor during construction. A more likely theory is that it stood on a pedestal on one side of the harbor, or perhaps slightly further inland, looking out to sea. Regardless of its exact location, the effect was undeniable. For just over half a century, the Colossus of Rhodes was a marvel of the ancient world. Sailors would have seen the sun glinting off its polished bronze from miles away. It was a beacon of the city's power and ingenuity, but like all great things, its time was fleeting. In 226 BC, just 54 years after it was finished, disaster struck. A powerful earthquake rocked the island of Rhodes. The ground shook violently, toppling buildings and devastating the city. The mighty Colossus, with its immense weight and height, was no match for the forces of nature. The iron skeleton buckled, and the statue snapped at its weakest point, the knees. The bronze god came crashing down, its massive pieces littering the ground around the harbor. The Rhodians were heartbroken. The symbol of their triumph was now a ruin. The Oracle of Delphi warned them not to rebuild it, suggesting they may have offended Helios. So they obeyed. The magnificent ruins lay where they fell for over 800 years. Even in its broken state, the Colossus was an awe-inspiring tourist attraction. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder, who saw the ruins, wrote that few men could even wrap their arms around the statue's fallen thumb. He described the vast hollow caverns inside the broken limbs, a testament to the sheer scale of the original work. The final chapter of the Colossus came in 653 AD. An Arab force under Muawiyah, the first captured Rhodes. According to the chronicles of the time, they broke up the remaining bronze pieces and sold them as scrap metal. Legend says the scrap was sold to a merchant from Edessa, who carried it away on the backs of 900 camels. And just like that, the last physical traces of the Colossus of Rhodes vanished from the earth. Today, nothing of the great statue remains. All we have are ancient texts, historical accounts, and the enduring legend. But the story of the Colossus is more than just a tale of a giant statue. It's a story of a people who faced impossible odds and won. It's a story of human ambition, artistic genius, and engineering marvel. And it is a powerful reminder that even the most colossal achievements of mankind can be humbled by the forces of nature, leaving behind only a memory and a legend that continues to inspire us thousands of years later. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history. See you next time.